Hi, I'm Megan Breckenridge.
And I'm Jill Melle, and we work in the franchise department at Avitus Group.
Avitus Group is a full-service back-office solutions company offering services such as payroll, IT, marketing, and HR to help simplify, strengthen, and grow your business. In this video, we're going to talk about professionalism. Do you think workplace professionalism as a whole has slipped over the years? That really depends on where you look, specifically at certain business cultures. There are businesses that make a conscious effort to promote a professional business environment, and it starts with attracting, hiring, and retaining employees that want to work in a highly professional environment. Keep in mind 3 important points on creating and maintaining professionalism in the workplace. Number 1, it begins with you and your behavior. 2, we can always improve. And 3, professionalism needs to be a regular topic of conversation in every aspect of the business.
Why has professionalism possibly slipped? Our society, actually our whole world, has become faster paced, more mobile, and therefore somewhat more casual in many ways. In our efforts to get things done quickly and efficiently, we may have sacrificed some of our professionalism along the way. Have you ever heard someone say, "I show up on time, I do my job, and then I go home"? What more could you want? Acting like a professional really means doing what it takes to make others think of you as reliable, respectful, and competent. Depending on where you work and the type of job you have, this can take on many different forms.
One last thing to mention here in the introduction, think about professionalism in the workplace from the standpoint of the different types of people you encounter every day. Coworkers, customers, vendors, contractors, supervisors, fellow office tenants, security guards, parking attendants, and the list goes on. Each person you encounter is an opportunity to display professionalism and represent your company and yourself in a very positive way. So how can you become more professional in the workplace? Okay, well, it's not that difficult to point out unprofessional behavior, so let's talk about ways to be more professional.
Competence. More often than not, when you start a new position, there is always going to be a learning curve. But it's the desire to learn and grow and to do the job well that counts too. Reliability. People can depend on you. You show up on time, submit your work when it's supposed to be ready, and they can trust that your work is done correctly.
Honesty. You tell the truth and are upfront about where things stand. Integrity. Granted, honesty is part of integrity, but it goes a bit further in that you adhere to high morals and consistent principles. Respect for others. This really means treating all people as if they mattered. Self-upgrading. Rather than letting your skills or knowledge become outdated, you seek out ways of staying current and even learning additional ways to become more efficient and effective.
Being positive. Being helpful and a problem solver can help influence those who are struggling. Supporting others. In other words, be a team player. Staying work-focused. Leave any personal drama at home and let your private life be just that, private. Do not spend time at work handling personal matters.
Listening carefully. Often we make the mistake of constructing our response while the other person is talking and only hear bits and pieces of the message they are trying to convey. So let's say a person makes the effort to practice these points. The ultimate question still remains unanswered. What's in it for me? There is the increased feeling of self-worth and dignity, which is personally beneficial, but more importantly, you'll increase your chances of creating a positive reputation for yourself. This can ultimately translate into raises and promotions, possible opportunities to work on assignments that you'll enjoy, and you'll gain the respect of peers and senior management. And if there's ever a downturn in business and layoffs are necessary, you may be considered too valuable to let go. What are some steps to become more professional in the workplace? First, make being on time a priority. While it may not be your intention, showing up late for work, showing up late for meetings, showing up late returning from lunch or breaks, all give the impression that you don't care about your job and do not value other people's time.
Second, ban your bad mood. Instead, take on the attitude that part of your job is to leave your family problems and personal issues at the door. Third, dress appropriately. Dressing appropriately and taking pride in your appearance is one of the best ways to instantly portray professionalism, and people will notice and appreciate your efforts.
If you are an employer and you want to improve the professionalism of your employees, start with appearance. Make sure employees understand upfront the dress code. Fourth, eliminate foul language from your vocabulary. Sometimes a customer will use foul language in conversation and you think it is a green light for you to join in. It is not, and in fact, you may very well offend them. In their mind, they are the customer and you work for them. Fifth, be helpful. A true professional is always willing to help coworkers.
You should also remember to be respectful and professional in your workplace discussions. Including in the First Amendment is freedom of speech, but in the workplace there are certain topics that should be avoided, such as religious beliefs, politics, your sex life, any discussion about problems with your spouse, your children, or your relatives, your career aspirations, and lastly, your health problems.
Professionalism is like anything else. Make changes to yourself and make them a habit. Professionalism is contagious, and when a group of employees behaves professionally, you don't have to worry about any employees going rogue on you because they will either comply or go somewhere else. I hope you've enjoyed learning about improving professionalism in the workplace. Please contact us at Avitus Group if you have any additional questions about this lesson.